Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Sarah and I am the mom of a 10-month-old little boy named George, and tonight I'm going to share with you our bedtime routine. So I've been working on some form of a bedtime routine basically since day one. In the beginning, it kind of just looked like putting him in his jammies, reading him a story, and attempting to put him in his bassinet. It was quite the journey with our sleep over the last few months, and if you want to know more about that, I did upload a video taking you through our entire sleep training journey and just our journey with sleep in general. So if you want to go check that out, I will leave the link in the cards right here. But yes, starting off, I did know that I needed a good bedtime routine. So oftentimes when newborns enter the world, they have a hard time differentiating between daytime and nighttime. And this is often because when we're pregnant, the babies in utero are lulled to sleep by you walking around and moving throughout the day, and there's a lot more noise that they can hear through. But when you go down to sleep at night, the baby then wakes up because it's quiet, and that's not soothing them to sleep. So they come out opposite, basically. Used to being awake at night, which is why if you've ever been pregnant, you might feel a lot more kicking at night, and used to being asleep during the day while we're moving around and talking and that. So the very basic that I knew for the bedtime routine was to try to get him used to this is nighttime versus this is daytime. So like I said, putting him into his pajamas. Often I know a lot of people tend to keep their newborns just in like pajamas all the time, which I totally get, and I did do that as well somewhat. However, I was very conscious of them confusing the day and the night, so I really did try to put him more in like a onesie jammy situation for the nighttime hours, and then in the morning put him more in like a t-shirt or a long sleeve and like little joggers or what have you, just so that he could get used to it. Now looking back, probably think that that was unnecessary, but I was way overthinking and had read far too much on everything. So that's just what I did. It was nice to have a little bit of routine anyways. So I'd put him in his jammies, we would read a story, and then I would attempt to put him down for the night, which basically was just another round of, a couple of hours of sleep before I'd wake and feed and do it all over again. In the newborn days, I remember very much being on like a 24-hour clock. It was hard for me to differentiate between night and day because it was just the same thing all around the clock. Sleep, wake up, feed him, try to put him down, etc., change him, etc., etc. So keeping that little bit of a routine was probably more for my sanity at that point, but anywho. Slowly over time, it evolved into, I knew that I wanted to incorporate, as he got older and more dirty, bath times every night. When he was a newborn, we didn't do bath times every night because they don't really need it. But eventually, especially when he started eating solids, bath time at night was definitely necessary every day. So incorporating the bath time every night, story, lights were a big part of winding him down and getting him to go to sleep for both sleep and nap times. And the white noise was also another big element. So anyways, I added elements sort of as I went, and then what I did is I kind of rearranged the order in which I did things. So at first, I used to, feed him in the bedroom, and then later, as I moved into the later months, realized that I should probably be feeding him outside of the bedroom so that he knows that there's no eating in the bedroom so that he won't wake up and want food and this and that. So yeah, it's just been very much like tweaked and tweaked and tweaked. I got to this final kind of routine basically when we sleep trained him, which was around 3 months ago. With that being said, however, I did even tweak it again with us coming into fall lately. Right now it's October, and in the summer months, the routine was, and you'll notice in this video, the routine was that I would give him his bath, put on his diaper, feed him, and then put his jammies on later on, right before bed. And that's because we had a hard time keeping the room cool. So I was trying to keep him cool for as long as possible. In fact, sometimes I even just put him in a diaper and a sleep sack in his crib, and that was it. So the jammies and that kind of thing changed as the weather got colder. Now I take him out of the bath and put him in his jammies right away while he's nice and warm, and keep him warm, and that's perfect for winter. So anyways, it's definitely tweaked, it's definitely changed sort of constantly, much like everything else in life right now. I feel like at this age, this first year so far has just been a constant me trying to catch up with what's going to happen next and what's happening now, and him ever evolving means me adapting is ever evolving as well. So it's been fun, but this is basically our final bedtime routine so far, with the exception of we do jammies a little bit differently now. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or even what you do a little bit differently, because I'm always curious to see how other people do bedtime routines and what works for you. We're going on a walk. It's raining a little bit, but that's okay, because it's still nice to get out and it's still a beautiful day. It's just a little bit rainy. So we have our umbrellas. Dave just went up to the apartment to get another umbrella because we only had one in the car, and rain jackets. George already has his rain jacket on. Hey George! Are you excited for our walk? We don't always go for an evening walk, but sometimes we do. And then we'll come in and get dinner organized, have dinner, and then the bedtime routine starts. So even though it's raining a little bit today, we've been cooped up in the house all day, so it's nice to get out, get some fresh air, and I do find that he sleeps a little bit better when we've had a walk.
These pods have more flavor. All right, ready for bath time, George? Oh, we're crawling away. Don't be trying to get away, George.
This is my new system for bathing. Shallow bath and straddle the tub. So here you're going to see me going around the room, gathering all the things that I need to get him ready for bed. Sometimes I'm organized and do this before the bedtime routine, so it's good to go. And sometimes I forget and have to do it with him in my arms. This was one of those nights. All right, Mr. Man. And I try as much as possible to clean as I go. Here I am turning off the light and closing the curtains. This is part of the routine to sort of wind him down and get his brain thinking that it's time for bed. And drop time. Now back to the drawing board. The drop system is one that I figured out. He likes to hold the bottle, so I give him one to hold while I do one, and then we switch, and it works. Good night, to brush our teeth. Time to brush our teeth. Oh my gosh, brushing teeth, getting him dressed or undressed, getting him changed, getting the lotion on. All these things are so difficult these days. He just wants to move and explore and not do the things that I want to do. So, that's always fun. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet. He loves to turn the pages these days.
Sure.
So that was the routine in a nutshell. Basically, at the end of the routine, we read the story. Typically, on his white noise machine, there's a couple of different songs, and there's one particular sort of like jingle that I put on after I've fed him. When we finally go into his room for the last time, I'll put on this jingle and we read the story with the jingle. And then after I'm done the story, I close the book, go over to the light, turn the light off, go in the dark over to his crib, change the jingle over to white noise. And then when it's on white noise, I sing him a specific song. and then lay him down and say specific things that I say every single time. I'm not going to share exactly what I sing and what I say because I feel like that's kind of special between us. But basically, as long as it's the same every night, that's what you can do. So anyways, I didn't actually put the jingle on when I typically would because I knew I was going to be filming and I didn't want that interfering with the audio. But typically I bring him into the room before story and put the jingle on, and then in the dark at the very end is when I do the switch over. So that's a little bit different. The other thing that's a little bit different is I did have Dave with me on this night. So the night looks often very much the same whether he's here or not, with the exception of he's not filming me and he's not here to help me with dinner or to clean up dinner. So obviously it's incredibly helpful when he is here. He's able to jump in and help out a lot more. Some nights when he is home, he'll actually even take over the whole bedtime routine, and maybe I'll do a little bit more of the cleanup after dinner, and he'll actually do bath and story and bed and pretty much everything with the exception of nurse him. And that works out really great too. I like George to be able to go down with both of us just for a variety, and that it's not always exactly the same with the exact same person. Maybe one day someone will watch him and have to put him down, and that might help. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But either way, I think it's nice that Dave can put him down, and it's nice that George gets some father-son time. So anyways, like I said before, if you want to hear about our full sleep journey right from newborn all the way up to nowish, then I did make a video about that last week, and check that out. I will also put the link for that in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, what you do differently or what you do the same, what works for you. Let's get some awesome conversations going. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more, or if you'd like to support my channel. I really appreciate hitting that subscribe button. Notification bell if you want to hear more videos that I have coming out. I'm going to try to put up a video every Thursday around noon, so I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.